what's up? Welcome back to Spill the Beans podcast. I'm here with my wonderful co-host, my husband, Jonathan. And today, it's all about him. Before we get started, tell them, babe. Tell them the obvious.
Tell them what? Oh, obviously we have a new setup, guys. Right now from the camera, if you're watching this, because guess what? We are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, just in case you're new and you didn't know that. But we're on there, guys, just in case you have to drive to work or you're at school or you're simply working out. Go ahead and check us out on Spotify. It's much easier. Personally, but if you're watching this on YouTube, which if you do, we love you. We have a new setup. We're using these, what would you call these, like these karaoke microphones?
Yes, we're using karaoke microphones, and we have a mixer that we spent too much money on. But we decided we need to take it up a notch, and make this podcast amazing and take it more serious. Because how many times in the past have we said we're gonna start uploading every 2 days or every Friday, every Thursday, and then we never upload again? So we're gonna stop that and bring you guys more quality content.
Yeah, guys, we drove like an hour to Guitar Center all the way in Westminster just to get this whole setup. I wish you could see it. It's one of those, like, if you don't know what a mixer is, it's basically like those things que usan los DJs or grupos como en las bodas and everything that have a lot of little buttons here. And it's so freaking cool. I can control the volume. But most importantly, hopefully the quality is a little bit better, and as I get the hang of it, I'll add sound effects and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yep, it took Jonathan all morning.
Yeah, it took me all morning.
It took Jonathan all morning to set this up. I literally ran like 500 errands, and when I got home at 4 p.m., it's when he's like, I got it.
Yeah, guys, I like computer stuffs, but honestly, this stuff was hard. It was really hardcore. Like, you have to download a whole bunch of programs, and I'm no DJ, obviously, so yeah.
It was very time consuming, but worth it. And we have a little tropical vibes going back here. Obviously this isn't going to be the permanent setup, but we wanted to do something cute for you guys.
Yeah, so what do you have planned today, babe? What kind of questions do you want to ask me, I guess?
So today I wanted to focus this podcast on interviewing kind of Jonathan and getting to know him, because you guys know him as the guy that was once toxic, and you guys don't really know who he is outside of our relationship. So I wanted you guys to get to know him the way I knew him or know him, just like your background, and I just
I thought it was because now I'm retired.
Yeah, well, I want them to know how you got from your goal being to be a business owner, like go through college, to being retired and being self-employed. That's what I want to get to.
Oh, I don't think they know I'm retired.
No.
I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this, we really hope you're subscribed to our couples podcast. But yeah, guys,
The couples channel.
Couples channel. I'm retired, newly retired. I mean, what you could say from a 9 to 5. Obviously, we're still busting our ass here, but yeah, 9 to 5 retired. So I'm gonna give you a little insight on how that is.
Okay, so should we start? I want to start. Let's date back to before you met me.
Okay.
When you were a total nerd.
Okay.
Tell us about how you were a straight A student, varsity soccer player, and what your goals were then.
Okay, guys. It all started around 5th grade in school. Before 5th grade, let's not talk about that because I was really dumb in school. I just didn't know what school was. And then I moved schools. And that's when my parents really started pressuring me to become a straight A student, more specifically my mom. And yeah, that's how it all started. Basically, my mom was like, no C's, B's occasionally, but no C's. And yeah, she had a very strict way to do that. But honestly, it turned out for the best. And ever since then, from 5th grade all the way up till I remember clearly half of sophomore year before I met you. Guys, I was straight A's. My freshman year in Skyline High School, I got a 4.169, so almost a 4.2 because of all my honors classes and all that. So, yeah, then varsity soccer, I made varsity as a freshman. Shout out to all my teammates. And then, it was all uphill from there.
So, varsity soccer player. You were varsity soccer player freshman year, right?
Yes.
So, your plans were to what? Go to college for soccer or go to college for what?
So my plans initially were to go to Stanford. I always wanted to be an engineer, more specifically a mechanical engineer, because it was the one that required, for you to be out there. My dream when I was like in the STEM program was to build like roller coasters for some reason, because that's what mechanical engineers do. They focus on a lot on like the mechanics of something,
Hmm.
So yeah, that was my dream, and Stanford at the time had one of the best engineering schools to do it. So yeah, I wanted to go to Stanford. I even went, guys. I visited my cousins in Cali for a couple. It was like during Thanksgiving, and I told them, I was like, hey, like I'm actually trying to school, and I'm actually trying to go to Stanford, and they took me like to visit the campus, which I thought was really cool, and I actually got to walk around the campus, and me, little 15-year-old me, was like, oh, one day I'm gonna come here, when I graduate. So yeah, and then soccer was just for me. It was more for fun, but I was just really good at it for some reason. And then I got a scout around, since freshman year. I got a scout working with me and my parents, and he said if I keep it up, then hopefully soccer could pay for my school.
Awesome. Love that for you.
Okay.
So after that, where would you say
Uh-huh.
your like the light switched?
Well, like,
Like cause I know it was all serious for you, like going to college and stuff. But where would you say is it's when you realized that college maybe wasn't that important, or that it wasn't something that you wanted to do?
well, honestly, guys, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Yeah, I was a nerd, and yeah, I tried in school a lot, but I never liked it. I never actually enjoyed school or going to it or getting straight A's. Like I didn't get that like satisfied. I wasn't satisfied with A's. Like I didn't see an A and like, oh yeah, like it was more for my parents, like so I wouldn't get in trouble and I could still go out and stuff, and so I could keep playing soccer because yeah, we were really good, but like half the season, a lot of our good players couldn't play because they had Fs, because it was a majority of, not to be stereotypical, but Hispanic school. So, but yeah, like I never liked school, so I guess the switch would have flipped at me, like really not wanting to go to school was when I was already too late, like in school. It was
Yeah.
basically like my freshman year of college, and I was like, this shit sucks. Like I hate it. College life ain't for me. Like, it was all yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. That was a tough life crisis.
yeah.
But before that, you got, what was it, a full ride? Or like a full paid year, no?
Yeah, so basically the only reason I was going to CU, guys, is because if you don't know, CU is, I believe, like the second most expensive school to go to, public school, because DU, Denver University of Denver, is private. You have to get like invited there and whatnot. So CU is the most expensive public school that you can attend. And yeah, it was like $34,000 a year, and there was no way I was gonna get into that much debt. But luckily, like I remember this clearly, just because I like making my parents happy. We went to the financial office the summer or 2 summers before CU, and then we talked to the financial advisor or the counselor, and then she basically broke out down the whole money, and I actually had $5,000 left over from how many scholarships I had to spend, like money I could use on whatever, basically. So my mom was really happy with that. That like I didn't get one full scholarship. I got like a lot of little ones. Now I got like, they were big, obviously, like 5 of them to add up to more than 34. So that's why I went to CU.
Yeah, went there for a full year.
Yeah, I went there for a full year, guys, and I'll let you keep asking. You're probably gonna ask me
Go
about my
ahead, babe.
experience.
Yeah, what was your experience?
Oh,
Because let's stop for a sec. We all know the let's go to frat parties,
yeah,
let's get this shit done, let's
yeah.
party. But what was your actual experience like being in school? Like aside from taking all the fun away, like your experience going to school
So with or without the fun?
without the fun.
Well, without.
Mhm.
Um, college, guys. So basically, and if I have any high schoolers out there listening to us right now, take this advice. In high school, it's very, your teachers will call your parents if you don't show up. Your teachers will call your mom if you didn't turn in an assignment. College is the complete opposite, guys. Teachers do not give a flip if you do the homework, if you take the test, if you show up. They don't even remember your name. So it's all up to you and what you do with your parents, or if you're paying for yourself, your own money. They literally don't care. So that's the thing that I saw in high school. Like when teachers noticed that I wasn't doing good at Skyline, they would get up on my ass, and I would be like, "Leave me alone! Like it's my life. Like don't worry about me." But then when I got to college, teachers didn't care. So I was like, oh, I wish I had someone pressure me and tell me what assignments are due and which ones aren't, because this sucks. So yeah, basically, like, I'm a huge procrastinator. So my first year of college, I did horrible. Not even my first semester, I did good. I just did bad because I didn't have someone there reminding me to turn in stuff to study for tests. I cheated most of my tests. When I say horrible, I mean like in terms of effort. I got good grades just because I cheated a lot, but and I'll let the world know that cheated in a in a healthy way, like in a like I wasn't taking advantage of anyone. Y no le estaba echando ganas. I would show up and get tests for someone. Sorry guys, if maybe my eyes are wandering, estoy echando miradas bien feas. It's also because he's never annoying, and the day he wants to be annoying and has to pee and can't stay still is when we record a podcast. So, yeah.
The
No,
beauty of being parents.
yeah, no le estoy echando los ojos feos a Julissa ni a Ghost, or I'm not going crazy. It's Ozo. He's walking around, but we just let him out. So, yeah.
Anyways, so going back to your experience, mister.
Yeah.
Aside from that, like the party, everything was lit. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah, honestly, guys, I can see where they say that, you make your best friends in college, you make friends that you'll never forget. That's why, like, I know 40-year-olds that still hang out with their college buddies because, yeah, you make beautiful friendships. I still talk to a lot of my college friends. But yeah, the frats, they're fun, they're whatnot. But it's fun I can imagine for like a kid, let's just say a white kid that's been under their parents' wings and then they go party for the first time. But me, like Skyline, like I had already gone to house parties. I had already gone, to the club and whatnot. So like frats were like, we could go crazier,
Yeah.
So they weren't something big or new.
All right. So all of that is leading to the life crisis. The time when Jonathan shaved his head off. One of the worst moments in our relationship. And do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure.
Like what made you hit rock bottom? Because I know it was mostly the stress from school because you were stressed out at school. You weren't working a lot and then you shaved your head.
Yeah, guys. So if what I'm about to say, I hope someone takes this as advice. And by no means am I shitting on college. Let's get this out the way. I think college is essential and you should go if you have a plan. Mm-hmm. If you want to be a surgeon, you obviously need to go to school. If you want to be a lawyer, you obviously need to go to school. But if you were like me, that you were just forced to go to college and don't have a plan, then you're going to end up hating it because I don't like to be told what to do. That's why I can't keep a job either. So, but anyways, my crisis started. What was the question?
When it hit rock bottom.
Oh, when it hit rock bottom was like around October, right when I shaved my head because I saw all my other friends that didn't go to college. They were like making money and they were getting trucks and going to Mexico in December with their own vehicles and stuff like that, or flying there. And I was like, like I'm broke, I'm in debt. Oh, well, No, I wasn't in debt yet. I didn't know yet. I wasn't working, or if I was working, I was working like 2 to 3 days out of the week. So I didn't have enough money. Julissa was making a lot of money on YouTube. I wasn't making anything. I was just going to school. I think I got my license suspended, which led to my parents, since my mom was on the lease of the car with me, she took my vehicle away, my baby, my little my red car that everyone saw, which is so cool. I don't think we've ever told anyone this, but I got my license suspended, guys, and my parents took away my car. And I was furiated. I moved out. That's why I moved in with her. So yeah, no car, broke. I was getting stressed because of finals and homework, so I was getting chubbier because I was hitting the gym, and everyone else around me was doing good. I was like, fuck, like I hate my life. And I just one day I went to the bathroom and I just shaved my head. I don't know what was going, like I just don't remember. I just remember like being bald, and I was like, fuck,
which is
like why did I
sorry, go ahead, babe.
Like why did I do this? Like why?
If you know Jonathan, his hair in some way, somehow is his security blanket. Mm-hmm. If you knew him in high school, he had hair up to here.
Yeah, like Johnny Bravo, guys.
Would get up at 5 a.m. to blow dry his hair, like amazing hair. And then one day he just shaves it off. And that's when I knew. I was like, holy crap, like he's going through it,
Like
man.
I tried to make a funny video out of it. I was laughing, but deep down I was like, no one knew that I was crying in the inside. But yeah, that was when I hit rock bottom.
Yeah, that's when
Hmm.
we broke up actually.
Oh
And
yeah, we broke up like a couple weeks later.
yeah, it sucks because it was in October, our favorite month, and we
Hmm.
were not having fun. I remember it being Halloween, and I was giving out candy, and Jonathan was trying so hard upstairs to study for a test or to write an essay, something
Hmm.
like that. At the end, he didn't even finish it, and like I also remember like going to school, and I guess it wasn't too much of a priority, but we would always be running late and like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
So
and then Julissa, like shout out to her, guys. Like that's how you know you have a keeper. She would drive me to school because I didn't sleep on campus. Obviously, I never liked to. I never have. So she would drive me to CU to Boulder. We live in Longmont, 30 minutes away, every morning, and then pick me up in the afternoon after school, which was crazy like that. That she would do that. Y siempre me llevaba mi Starbucks y mi bagel. So shout out to her for doing that. But like at that point, it wasn't worth it. You know, like I wasn't. I was like, that's barely I'm barely a year and a half in, and this is how much I hate it. Like,
yeah, it was tough. I feel like we both, him in a way, he tried so hard to like it and to keep going, and me in a way tried so hard to support him. Although, like, I don't want you guys to like get it the wrong way, but since in my future I knew that college was never going to be a thing, I went to college for a month and then dropped out. Since my priority wasn't college, I tried super hard to support him and to be like, whatever you do, like, I got your back, you know? So I feel like we tried so hard, and we both like it just didn't work out.
yeah, guys, like le estaba llegando por donde quiera, because at the end of the day, at the end of my path, I didn't want to be an engineer no more. I wanted to be a lawyer. So when I was in CU, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just in the wrong school. I have to move to CU Denver because that's where their law and criminal programs are. And then, did you go? Yeah, I was with you when I was like, fuck it, like I'll just drop out and I'll be a cop, you know, like because I want to be a private detective or whatever, you know. I was like really deep into that, so I actually went and spoke to the Longmont's lieutenant. Like I just show up in like shorts and a t-shirt to the police station, and I'm like, I want a pamphlet on how to become like a cop. Like I just want, like, I thought it was gonna be like 10 steps, like do this and that. They're like, I'll do you one even better. The receptionist lady was really nice. She's like, our lieutenant is actually here and he's never here, and like you can go talk to him. I was like, what? Like, no, like I don't look. So I went in there. I was like, first of all, I'm sorry for how I'm dressed, and he's like, no, you're fine. And then he told me, you know, what to do, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a cop. But then I just se me fue, you know.
I feel like at that point there were too many things running around your head. Like
Yeah.
you didn't know which one to grab because
Hmm.
your mind was spiraling. So we broke up. It was October. It was actually November. It was after the West concert we broke up.
Hmm.
And then after that, what happened? That's when you started getting therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's when we broke up and you got therapy.
Or was it the year after?
Was it the year after?
Yeah. I did not go to therapy, bald.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, so you broke. So after that, what happened? Where did you start? Oh, is it when you started working with Robin
No, babe, that's like way before.
or Subaru?
No, I don't know.
I don't remember. Whoa, the years are just blurring.
Yeah, they're all blurred out.
Okay, so let's see. After that,
Oh, I went to Subaru
Subaru?
in December. Yeah.
So after that, Jonathan becomes a car salesman.
Yeah, I became a car salesman, guys. Wait, before that, I was already a car salesman. Remember?
Really?
Because I went to Subaru and when I was like when I had barely turned 18.
Okay.
For like 6 months, and then I went. The time she's talking about is when I went to another Subaru in Denver, and no,
No.
because from Subaru in Longmont, I went to Denver straight. There was no gap.
So what
Because
did you do after you left college? Did you just keep working with Marco?
Oh yeah, Marco full time though.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
no, because Marco's was after. So I went full time during the summer, and then when I went back to school, it's cuando iba like two to three times a week.
So what did you do?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I think oh yeah, I would go and like say I went to work and I would still get a paycheck for just filling out the log. Remember?
No. Don't say
Why not? I don't care.
that. No, I mean like where did you work after you dropped out of college? Or did you keep going?
Did I go to Texas?
No, because you're saying that's the next year.
I don't remember. I went to Mexico.
Oh, you went to Mexico. You got back. And then you went to Texas? Yeah. Yes, I remember. It was when you got therapy because you did go to therapy bald because that's when you uploaded the Q&A. Remember, and you were bald and you were in your parents' living
Oh
room.
yeah.
So that is when you started going to therapy.
Yeah.
Because then you went to Mexico,
Yeah.
and then you came back from Mexico,
And then I
and
went
then
to
you
Texas.
left to Texas, and then you went through your.
Yeah. Okay, so ask me again.
Okay, so.
What do you want to know?
Okay, so after that, I guess you kind of had just like a free time. Because it wasn't.
It was just a month.
Yeah. So January.
I finished school. Remember? Finished school that semester.
January rolls around.
January rolls around, guys. I'm in Texas. I didn't want to be in the. Me and Julissa had broken up in November, like we said. I went to Mexico in December, had fun, whatever. Came back, and then my parents were like, "Well, are you gonna work here, or do you want to go to Texas with your uncle?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I want to leave. Like fuck Colorado. Like this is the last place, guys." And the reason why I moved to Texas was because I know we all have breakups, right? They hurt and whatever. Y no me estoy creyendo especial, but when you break up with a YouTuber, it's very different. Or with a social media person, because you see them everywhere, you know? You see them on your recommended, you see them, everyone's friends with them, everyone knows her. So I was like, no, I got to get out of here. Like, so because in Colorado I was known as, you know, Blanca J's ex, I moved to Texas, and I went and I worked over there in the oil fields, and it was shitty, guys. I would wake up at 3 in the morning and go to sleep the next day at 6 in the morning. So not that day, but the next day. So basically 26-hour shifts, guys. And yeah, it was horrible. I saw drug use. I saw just people being treated like shit for very little money, and it just sucked, guys. Odessa, Texas is a horrible place. I'm sorry if you live there, but yeah, it sucked. And yeah, after realizing I did not want to live in Texas, and no matter how much money or whatever the future held there, I came back.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience. I think that was kind of crazy for me because I didn't know you were gone. Because before you left, we would still see each other at the gym. Do you remember? When you
Yeah.
were going with your friend, I was with Bella, and I would see him. I was like, oh my God, seriously, shoot me. And then I didn't know that I just stopped seeing him. And then I didn't know that he went to Texas. So when he told me, when he came back and, like, we kind of rekindled our love, and he told me, like, he was in Texas and stuff, I was like, what? Like that? What? You know? Because
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like, I tried my best to not know anything about him. So you get back from Texas.
Yeah.
What happens then? When did you get back? Like, what was the date?
It was like almost March, no?
No, it was in February.
Oh.
No.
It was like in the mediados of February.
Yeah.
So I was in Texas for like a month and a half.
But you were already here for February for Valentine's Day.
Was it?
Yeah, because funny story, guys. I saw you the day. Well, not on Valentine's Day, but I was going to El Baile and you were going to the club.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw you. You didn't see me.
When did you see me?
When you guys were picking up Edith's sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you were there. You were here already. So
yeah,
what happened
I wasn't
then?
here. And then I think I just hit you up. Or no, was it because of my YouTube?
Oh my God, yeah. He like calls me up. And
Yeah,
he's like,
guys.
nothing like, hey, I miss you. No.
No.
He just calls me. He's like, hey, I really need help with YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, send me pictures. Like, I'll help you here. He's like, no. Like,
no, you did help me a little bit through. I asked you a couple things and you
Yeah.
answered me. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like thanks, I got it. And then yeah, like I actually got stumped. No, I didn't. No, I didn't get stumped. But I was like, okay, this is a little bit harder. She can't explain this over text.
Oh right. He's like, no, like I need to see you. And like, yeah, that we kind of rekindled our relationship.
Yeah.
So what happened then? After that, where'd you go? Like when you got back, where were you working then?
Oh, I was working in Greeley, guys. I got an
right.
excavation welding job over there. So I, back to 9 to 5, whatever, making good money. And then, yeah, everything was good from there. With my therapy and with my experience in Texas, I started treating her way better. I started looking at myself differently.
Yeah.
And, yeah, everything went uphill from that. I think, did I move in back with you?
Yeah, he did.
I moved in back with her in August. I proposed.
After we rekindled our love or whatever, everything just went by like in a blink of an eye, which was crazy. Because for me, in some way, like I had already been over and done with our relationship, but obviously I still loved him. But in some way, everything that I wanted to have happened like 2 years prior was all happening like right in front of me. And like my reaction was just like, holy shit, like this is finally what I wanted. And for you, I guess it's like you were finally ready to take those next steps. So after that, he's still full 9 to 5. He proposes, And then that is when you started wanting to do your YouTube again. Just your YouTube channel, remember? Because we didn't even think about changing the name ni nada.
Mm-hmm.
So we upload our first video. It does good. We get married. Everything goes good. And then we say...
No, babe. When I proposed, we were already a couples channel, remember?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, babe.
Yes, like the videos we
No.
have about the papers and all that.
Yeah, after that we were a couples
that's
channel.
when I
but
proposed.
you proposed, and then we did one video, and then...
Oh, okay.
Because I remember you saying, like, no, like, let's not make it. And then we ended up making it a couples channel.
Uh-huh.
So everything was dandy from there. And then we just decided to make it a couples channel. And then we moved in together. And all of that happened. Still working. Where were you working?
Same. Mm-hmm.
And then we're living together. And I feel like this is during this time, like October, November, December, is when it's mostly like, I don't want to go to work. Like, it's the weather makes you wish you made a living without going to work. So I always remember, like, Jonathan leaving, like, getting up in the snow, being outside, and me being like, I just wish you would stay home. But I don't think I ever even brought it up because I knew Jonathan would never, because he is a person that needs to be working. Like, when he was at Subaru, he was in a way very unhappy and stressed because he's like, I can't, like, I'm just sitting here waiting for someone to walk in and potentially buy a car, but he needs to be working with his hands to be happy. So I guess in a way it was never an option for me to be like, hey babe, do you want to, like, quit your job? Until he did quit his job and went to Mexico. Yeah, remember you went for Yomi's 15?
No, I didn't quit it though.
Oh, you didn't quit? You just asked for the days?
Yeah, remember? I got fired.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, guys. So I'm going to give you a little blessing in disguise, guys. And all the stories I'm telling you, they have like a little, a lesson behind them. So you got to decipher that on your own. So I was working over there in Greeley, like I told you guys. And then my parents' neighbor, he hits up my dad and my parents. He's like, hey, like, he installs like really high-end appliances, like really for rich people and stuff. He's like, I need someone to help me, and like really good money. It's the holidays, like hay mucho trabajo. Obviously, I don't have to drive to Greeley no more and like put all those miles on my brand new truck. Like, I can just drive to my parents' house and leave it there, So I was like, sure, why not? Like, I'm tired of driving to Greeley. So I left that job that I'd been there forever, and I really, I missed it because the people there were really nice to me. And so I go work with my parents' neighbor, and it sucked, guys. It freaking sucked because long hours, heavy ass appliances going up the stairs. And then one day he just messages me saying that, hey, like, we just don't have any jobs that like work anymore, I guess, or whatever. And he's like, I have to let you go. And I was like, what? Like, this was after I came back from Mexico because it was my sister's quinceañera. I was like, what? Like, I've never, guys, it was such a weird feeling. I've had a lot of jobs. I've had like over how many did we count? 8 or 9? 8 or 9 jobs, guys. And I've always quit or put my 2 weeks in, and because I just can't stay. So it was the first time I've gotten, I wasn't fired. At least I have that in my heart. I wasn't like, because I was a bad worker or anything like that. I was let go because of the work. So I was like, what? And it took me like 2 to 3 days to tell Julissa, because at first I was just like, oh, no, dijo que ahora no hay trabajo, and we wouldn't go, So for 3 days I was like, oh, es que ahora no hay, es que ahora no. And then the third day I was like, babe, I actually got like let go and shit like that. And so I was jobless, guys, going into, the new year.
That was crazy.
Next chapter,
2020, the
2020.
worst year. The worst and best, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
So he gets let go, he tells me, and then we start thinking about, hey, maybe let's just do full time. We had already started our podcast, and Jonathan, the idea of being full time stressed him out so bad. Like, me sentaba y me hablaba, and he's like, es que no la vamos a hacer. It's because it's just the fact, like, aside from people being like, oh, es mandilón, or no, ¿cómo?
Machista?
No, the other one? Mandilón?
Yeah.
The is that what you said the other day?
No, for what?
Like, when they're like, oh, you don't want to quit because, or like be a full time with Julissa because you don't want.
Oh, mantenido.
Mantenido. It wasn't even like, it was aside from being called whatever other people thought that he was. It was more of, what is he gonna do? Because he doesn't know the world of business behind YouTube.
Yeah.
Until I started telling him about it, but then he was stressed to the max. He's like, hell no, no la vamos a hacer, blah, blah, blah. So instead of having a positive attitude, which we would have, should have taken it as a blessing in disguise since, he said, no la vamos a hacer, I'm getting another job. So we did do it for a month.
Yeah. So basically for a month, guys, it wasn't even like, si no la hacemos, más bien. No es que no la estábamos haciendo.
Yeah.
It's like, si no la hacemos.
It's because Jonathan
Yeah.
has always been a what if type of
Yeah.
person and a very in the future type of person. He doesn't like to live in the present ever.
No.
So that was the thing. It was ¿qué vamos a hacer? Si no la hacemos, ¿qué va a pasar? What if everything goes down? What if everything shuts off? So he just couldn't. Like, it was...
Yeah. And then I had gone to Fuzzy's that day with my friends, and two of my friends worked out of this really good company, driving. You know, you get your CDO license and a good job. It's always siempre jale. I was like, babe, look, I got this really stable job that pays really good, or pues la arriesgamos aquí, you know? And then after like days and days of like yes, no, and I was like, no, like I'm gonna take it, babe. Like I have to. Like I'll quit in June, I'll quit in July. Let's keep going hard at the YouTube, but I need to get this job.
Yeah, and then he goes to work, and then we just stop going hard at YouTube.
And
which,
then yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think then, which is good. I mean, you weren't ready at all because your mindset was very negative towards it, so you weren't ready, which is good that we didn't stick to it, because I feel like even then you would have, something bad would have happened, like you would have been negative or something. But yeah, he's like, let's just go hard, and then after we go hard, I'll quit. And then we just didn't go hard because he would get home late, because he would get home too late. I didn't want to get ready. I wasn't in the mood to film at 7 p.m. You know, like a lot of things just didn't work out.
Yeah, it's very hard when one of them is full-time YouTube and then one of them is still regular job. That's why the couples you see, it's only a girl recording herself, and then the husband comes and he's not really in the videos. Yeah. It's never like a couples and then he still has a job, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's very hard.
Because that's hard. It's hard to maintain a good channel like that, because it's like, yeah, you want to have a good job for it just in case, and then go hard at YouTube, but you can't. You have to make one a priority, and you have to focus on one. So he was focused on his job, I was focused on mine, and Spill the Beans and J&J Vlogs kind of was just going downhill a little bit. So all of that happened, and then...
No, but the blessing in disguise here, guys, is if I wouldn't have gotten... So the job I got, should I just tell them now that I don't work there more? Guys,
no, a lot of people already know where they used to work there. Remember when they like commented on my life or whatever?
Oh, so basically, guys, not to like... So yo nunca me decían dónde trabajaba, just because there really are mean people out there that could like write emails or call the offices and just say stupid shit about me just because I'm on YouTube. But I worked for the trash, like the company, like the people that pick up your trash. But I, more specifically, I got the big containers, like the ones at apartments or ranches. That's why I would always tell you the dog stories. The dogs would always try to bite me and fluff me up, because yo siempre andaba en los ranchos out in the country picking up the big cans, like the ones where like the machine has to do it and stuff, not the little ones in the neighborhoods like you see. So yeah, that's where I worked, guys. So la basura no para nada. Coronavirus or not, snow or not, earthquakes or not, everyone always needs their trash picked up. So luckily I joined like 2 weeks later. This whole corona thing starts going crazy. People start losing their jobs. And I was like, that's how blessed I am. Like, that's how much God looks over out, you know, because if I would have still been installing appliances, like,
you would have been done.
My back would have been blown out because I'm carrying heavy ass shit all day, and I wouldn't have had a job either. So, and then this job would have hired someone else instead of me, and they wouldn't be hiring no more, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that job got me in. It's weird how like I got in, coronavirus hit, and everyone's all of a sudden jobless, and I'm still working, you know, every day going to work, making a steady paycheck. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I made some of my best friends, the ones you guys see in her crazy videos and my crazy stories, Instagram, her story, all the ones, Danny, Ruben jumping off. Those are my friends that I met at that job. So I was blessed to work there.
And then we've always had it in the back of our head, like, babe, one day you should go full time. One day we should do this and this and this. But I think one day we kind of just said it. Like, I think I was the one that pushed Jonathan, because I'm like, I want you home. I need you home, because not only do we do podcasts and J&J, he helps me do my things. He has to shoot my pictures, he has to shoot my campaigns, he has to look over the dogs, and like,
Yeah.
I just said, I was like, babe, like, I need you to be here. Let's make it work.
Well,
And
you didn't push me. Chai pushed me.
Chai pushed you.
Yeah, Chai was
Thank you, Chai
ultimately
girl.
the reason why I quit, guys. 2 dogs was just too much for
A
her.
lot, too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, babe. Go ahead.
No, and then but months prior to that, yo ya estaba ahorrando, for my bills, for my truck, because that's not cheap, for everything, just in case, me, just in case this
It's
didn't work out, I
yeah.
would have for my bills for a while.
And even then, Jonathan, like he said, he's always been logical,
Yeah.
never optimistic ever.
And I think that's what balances us out, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
I'm realistic. She's more optimistic. So
I'm more of a La La Land kind of girl.
yeah.
Like,
If we were both realistic, then she would have been like, "No, baby, stay at your job." Like,
I
we
wouldn't have
can't.
even quit my job. Like,
Yeah.
I probably would be nothing
But if we
right
were
now.
both optimistic, then we would be like crackheads behind a dumpster, because she's
No.
too much out there, and
Yeah.
I kind of ground us sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the thing that happened, is that a mí se me hacía like, why is it so hard for him to like, quit his job? Like, there's always going to be a 9 to 5. You're
Yeah.
always going to be fine. Because for me, that's how it was. Like, when I quit my job, I took a leap of faith that even my mom was like, what the hell are you doing, girl? So I feel like it was so hard for me to understand where he was coming from, and being like, what do you mean? Like, this job is always going to be there. So when we finally just thought about it and talked about it, and he told me like, it was like this. I was like, babe, just put your 2 weeks. Oh, it was after we got back from picking up Chai, after that week that he had off. I was like, babe, just think about it. Like, just think about it. And he's like, yeah, babe, I'll put my 2 weeks in. Se va el lunes, llega el lunes. Did you put your 2 weeks in? No, babe, no. I'll do it. My last day will be the October 22nd. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like, did you put your 2 weeks in? No, I'll do it on Friday. So then I have 2 more Fridays, and then that Friday will be my last. So he was just like pushing it off. And then what happened, babe?
I don't know. Like, obviously, like como troqueros, you have a radio, so you talk to all your friends all day. So it's really fun. And I would ask them, I'd be like, guys, like, I'm thinking about quitting, like, what do you guys think? And they were all really supportive. They're like, dude, just take it. And then deep down, I was like, yeah, like, I just don't want to. That's the thing. I don't know. I probably said it here. No, remember that quote? I'm like, in 20 years, you're going to regret what you didn't do than what you did do. So do the thing, do everything. So I was like, no, like, I just don't want to be 40. Like, sometimes I think about high school soccer. I'm like, damn, si hubiera hecho eso, or if I would have hit the weights a little bit more, I would have been better. And that's just high school soccer. I was like, dude, imagine if I'm 40 and I'm still at that job. And I'm like, damn, back when we were 20, we were popping in YouTube. And I'm just telling my grandkids that, like, and I can't get over that we were popping at YouTube. But, I was like, no, like, that's not going to be me. I was like, this job will always be there. And that's why I put my 2 weeks good. And the managers, they love me there. So.
Yeah, and that was good about it, because he has a good relationship there, and he didn't put his 2 weeks. There was nothing wrong with the job, nothing wrong with his
No.
the people he worked with. Everything was perfectly fine, which I feel like in that sense he felt safe, like, leaving, because it's like, I'm not leaving because something bad happened, and he didn't leave with the negative outcome, and he wasn't going into this with a negative mindset. So I think that's the only way it worked.
Yeah.
And Jonathan and I have always, before I even did YouTube, before anything like this, where I was like, oh, one day we want to get married and travel the world, and before we have kids. And we had gone on like 2 trips.
Yeah.
And he quit, and literally as soon as he quit, Lulu, Blanca, come to LA. It's Rogelio's birthday. Saz, let's go. Blanca, come to my wedding. Saz, let's go. And then Lily and Mando, hey, come to Tampa. All right, let's go. And then, hey, come to let's go. So 4 trips lined up, and we're like, let's go. Like, this is it. Because had Jonathan not quit, no, babe, I have no more vacation time. I'm not calling in sick. There's no way we're going. And we would have missed all of these beautiful memories with our friends because of the job he was in. So he took the leap of faith, guys. He is a retired
I'm a retired young man, guys. At the very short age of 22, I am retired.
Pero cómo se quebró la cabeza trying to put this thing together.
Yeah, guys. I was like, I was very close to quitting, because I was like, this is not me. But then I was like, no, this is me. Like, this is the new me. I gotta Blanca, like, not because she's not smart enough or whatever, but I was like, this is what I quit to do. Like, this is what I got to figure out. So no, I had like 5 different tabs open with 5 different YouTube videos on how to make it work. And yeah, so ahí contráteme para las bodas, por favor. Les voy a dejar mi número y mi email down below para las bodas y para radio station.
But yeah, guys, I really wanted to make this podcast and focus it on Jonathan, just so you guys could get to know him outside of the relationship. And when we used to break up, I would get really, really angry because I would be so mad at him, and I would have so much like anger and hatred against how he treated me. But nobody else hated him. Everyone was like, Jonathan is mi compa, es buena gente. And like, that's when I realized, like, it's because it's not who he is. It's just how he treats me. Because it's like, I guess, like, I brought the toxic side out of him. So that's why I wanted you guys to get to know him outside of me. I wanted you guys to know like his background, how he went from being a straight A student to a full-time YouTuber. Like that's crazy. And I wanted you guys to know this because Jonathan and I were just regular ass people, regular high school students that went through a lot of shit, that played soccer, went to cheer, like. Just so you guys know that anybody and everybody can do this. Like, you don't have to be some special type of human to do this. Like, you can do whatever you want. And whatever you want to do is always going to be there. And you have to take leaps of faith. That is what you have to do. Although Jonathan being logical and realistic helped him a lot, you also have to take some leaps of faith, like.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, definitely. I hopefully, I don't know, guys, if maybe my life was a little bit too boring, or if you don't want to hear me talk a lot, but I did leave out a lot, a lot of traumas, a lot of like childhood shit that I brought into which affected our relationship, which I'm kind of don't want to talk about yet. Maybe I'll spill the beans later.
Maybe one day we'll get into it. We'll break down exactly why we were the way we were. Because I have trauma too. I have daddy issues.
Yeah. Or the party faces, because a lot of people in the comments are like, oh, has Jonathan ever gotten in a fight at the baile or whatever in the other video? So I was like, yeah, we have a lot of juicy, because I was no era santito,
And también I feel like a lot of you guys now see him as like, Jonathan just chills. Like at Lulu's party, he just vlogged everything. So Jonathan vlogged the entire party. He just let me have my fun with my love, Lulu. And a lot of people in the comments are like, we didn't really see him. Why is Jonathan being shy? Like stuff like that. And I feel like you guys need to know, like, he went through his party hardy phase a long time ago, and I feel like that's why he's cool with chilling and like letting me do my own thing. And also because our personalities are different like that. Like I love to be out there and partying and like making everybody dance and stuff. And Jonathan, like, he doesn't care. Like, he either records, if I want him to dance with me, he'll dance with me, but he es muy como, he's chill. Like, he just chills, like,
I'm just a chill person, guys. If you want me to be crazy, I'll be crazy. If you want me to just like, but there I saw her having a lot of fun, so I was like, I'll record this time. Yeah. Because we got some trips planned out where I'm gonna go crazy. So
yeah, and I feel like it's just the different scenario. Like, when his friends are here, he's going crazy. He's having fun playing with them. But we were over there with Lulu, so I was like trying to enjoy my best life there. So yeah, guys, I feel like that's why Jonathan is so chill right now, because he just likes to let me do my thing and to record, because it's our job. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and for hearing if you're on Spotify or Apple Music. But sorry in advance for the quality. I mean, the quality is probably real crisp. So with that, you can probably hear our crusty ass lips and our snot, so
and our breathing heavy.
Yeah, so just be on the lookout for that, guys. So
yeah, and also if the quality is somehow a little bit off or something happened, just let Jonathan get used to this and get comfortable with it, because we are traveling with it, so he has to do a lot of research. Yeah, guys. So please forgive us in advance if anything is a little bit off, but also let us know how you like this.
We have a lot of special guests coming on the podcast soon, guys. People you do not expect. Oh, yes.
Hi, Bunny Baby.
Thank you guys so much for hearing. Yeah, let us know. Oh, we're going to switch roles in a couple podcasts. Maybe not the next one, like 2 or 3 down. 1 or 2 down.
Yes, because the next one is a spooky podcast. Yeah. So last week we have to upload a spooky podcast.
Yeah, and then the next podcast will be, the roles will be switched. I will be interviewing Blanca and getting deep into why she's crazy.
I will be spilling the beans. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, this podcast, if you're not watching us on YouTube. And if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you. Like,
thank you.
Like watching us?
Yeah.
But
guys,
like
even if you're on
visuals.
Spotify, listen to me right now. Even if you're on Spotify, go into the YouTube, give it a thumbs up, and just leave a nice comment. Be like, I'm from Spotify.
And please watch the ads because,
No, don't watch them. I wouldn't watch them. I don't even watch them on my own. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. Bye.